Hey guys, YouTuber 100 here, and now here's my review of the number 7 Summerslam on my list, Summerslam 1992. Yeah, I started watching the show last night, but I didn't finish it because there was some other stuff on TV that I wanted to watch last night. And yeah, I finished watching it earlier today. Yeah, I just was kind of sidetracked after I watched it, so I couldn't make the review like right after I finished watching it, but yeah, I'm making the review right now. And yeah, overall, I thought this was a very good show right here. Yeah, I think it's kind of overrated because of the main event. Yeah, I think the main event is a little bit overrated, but still, it was a good match. And yeah, overall, I did think this was a good show. Yeah. So yeah, let me just get right into this thing. Show kicked off with the Legion of Doom versus Money Incorporated. And I thought this was pretty good right here. Through the first several minutes of the match, IRS and Ted DiBiase were just keeping Hawk in for like the first several minutes of the match. It seemed like Hawk was in forever. And then, yeah, while the referee's back was turned, Ted DiBiase and IRS were switching places, but yeah, the referee didn't even make any tags, and they didn't make tags at all. But yeah, when referee's back was turned and Animal got tagged in, he had Animal get out. So yeah, that didn't really make much sense right here, but yeah. And then Animal eventually did get a hot tag in, and he was on fire. Yeah. Then at the end of this match, LOD won after Ted DiBiase knocked IRS off with the ring apron, and yeah, LOD won right there. So yeah, I thought it was a good match. I give it about 3 stars. And then after this, we got Nailz versus Virgil. This was a nothing match right here. Yeah, Virgil tried to get Nailz off his feet quite a few times in the match, but he couldn't do it at all. Unless you want to count the spot where he tried to go for a roll-up pin. Yeah. And like I said, this was just a nothing brawl. Nailz was basically dominating Virgil. And then Nailz was just beating Virgil down, and then the referee just stopped the match, and Nailz won. So yeah. It wasn't really too much. Give that like 3/4 of a star. And then after this, there was Shawn Michaels versus Rick Martel. And yeah, this was alright, I guess, yeah. Sherry was at ringside for Shawn Michaels, but in the weeks prior to this match, she was kind of like flirting with Rick Martel. Yeah. And during this match, Rick Martel was kind of still like trying to flirt with Sherry. And then this match, both these guys could not whack each other in the face or something. Yeah. And at one point, they like slapped each other in the face, and then Sherry she couldn't like take that anymore, and she just passed out. Oh yeah, she was just on the ring apron, and then she just fell down to the ground, unconscious, or so we thought. Yeah. Eventually, she like picked her head back up, like looked at Shawn Michaels and Martel, and just put her head back down. Yeah. Yeah, and then Shawn Michaels and Rick Martel then they were brawling outside the ring, and they both got counted out. Yeah, so the match ended in a double count out. And then after the match, they both were trying to like carry Sherry to the back, and they both just kept attacking each other, and the other one tried to get Sherry to the back, and it just continued on. So yeah, it was alright, yeah, but the double count out kind of takes it down. I give that about 2.25. And then next match was Tag Team Championship match. The Natural Disasters defending against the Beverly Brothers. Yeah, this was alright, I guess, yeah. I think it was pretty good for a Natural Disasters match. Yeah, I mean, Earthquake and Typhoon, both of them aren't exactly the best workers in the world because of their weight, but yeah. This was still, I think, decent for them, yeah. Yeah, Typhoon was legal on the Natural Disasters for the first several minutes in the match, yeah. The Beverly Brothers, at one point, one of them tried to slam Typhoon, but they just fell back. I mean, Typhoon was way too heavy. And at one point, one of the Beverly brothers nailed Typhoon in the back of their head with the Genius's scroll. And then, eventually, Earthquake was tagged in, and then he did what he did, the Earthquake thing, where he jumped around. And then he made a splash, I think, on one of the Beverly brothers and pinned them. So Natural Disasters won, and they retained the titles. So yeah, it was alright, I guess. I give it 2 stars. And then next we got Crush versus the Repo Man. Yeah, this was just like Nailz and Virgil. Nothing, just kind of a filler match. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Nothing really happened, and it didn't really last too long either. Yeah, Crush was pretty much dominating the Repo Man. Yeah, and then Crush got the thing where he is squeezing Repo Man's head, and then referee just called for the bell. Oh, and Crush won. So yeah, I don't know, half a star. And then next we got the WWF Championship match. The Macho Man Randy Savage defending against the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah, this was a really good match right here. Not quite as good as their WrestleMania 7 match, but yeah, still a really good match. Yeah, I mean, yeah, Mr. Perfect said he was going to be in the corner of one of these men, and he didn't come out with either guy. Yeah, and this was a really good back and forth match right here. Yeah, I think at one point Savage tried to do a suplex on Warrior, but his back gave out or something before he could pick up Warrior. Then Mr. Perfect and Ric Flair eventually came out to ringside. And yeah, they were just kept messing with both Savage and Warrior. Yeah, at one point Savage was running in their direction, and Mr. Perfect tripped Randy Savage. And at one point, as the Ultimate Warrior was trying to do the Gorilla Press Splash, as he was coming for the splash, Savage put his knees up, and yeah, Warrior just got hit Savage's knees and his ribs or whatever, yeah. And then he tried to go for it again, and Ric Flair nailed Warrior in the back with a chair while Mr. Perfect was distracting the referee. Then at the end of this match, Savage then dove out of the ring for Ric Flair, but he got hurt or something, and then Savage got counted out and Warrior won. Yeah, and then after the match, Perfect and Flair were trying to attack Savage some more, and then Warrior then chased them up the aisle. Yeah, and then afterwards, Savage and Warrior embraced each other. So yeah, it was a good match, but the count out really kind of takes it down a little bit. So yeah, I give it 3 3/4. And then after this, there was Kamala versus the Undertaker. Yeah, same thing as Nailz and Virgil and Crush and Repo Man. Just pretty much nothing here. Yeah. And yeah, the Undertaker was dominating for the first few minutes. Then he went to the outside and grabbed Harvey Whippleman and Kimchi by their throats, and Kamala saved them before Undertaker could do anything. And then Kamala then made a comeback. And the Undertaker got a chokeslam on Kamala. And then Kimchi came in and nailed Undertaker with his hat or whatever, and the ref called for the bell. Undertaker won by disqualification. Now, as Undertaker was busy with Kimchi, Kamala then attacked the Undertaker, gave him a few splashes from the top turnbuckle. And as Kamala left the ring, Undertaker sat up and he chased Kamala up the aisle. So yeah, 1 star. And then we got the main event for the Intercontinental Championship. Bret Hart versus the British Bulldog. For the match, there were 2 very good pre-match interviews with the Bulldog and Bret Hart. And then there was an interview with Bret's sister and Bulldog's wife, Diana. Yeah, and then, yeah, this match, it was a very good match. Went back and forth a lot. Very well technically wrestled match, yeah. As I said, I think it is kind of overrated. People say like it's a 5-star classic. I don't think so. Yeah, but yeah, this was still a very good match. Probably one of the 5 best matches in Summerslam history right here. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. And obviously this was in Bulldog's home country of England. So yeah, the crowd was obviously behind the Bulldog in the match. Yeah. It seemed like whenever Bret Hart got the upper hand on Bulldog, the crowd just basically completely booed him out of the building. I mean, the crowd was just totally booing Bret Hart whenever Bret got the advantage. Yeah, and there was a lot of Bret Hart got like several sleeper holds on the Bulldog in this match. Yeah, and then he threw the Bulldog, I think, back first into the ring post. Yeah, and they kept showing Diana during the match, just like she really didn't know what to think. She was just kind of having like a blank expression, just watching the match. Yeah. And like I said, Bret Hart was getting several sleeper holds on Bulldog. Bulldog like getting to the ropes like basically every time. Yeah, yeah. Bret went the sharpshooter kind of like the end of the match. I thought he was gonna go for it like several times also. So for that in the match also, just like he did with the sleeper hold, but he didn't. He only got it on like once. Yeah, and then yeah, the Bulldog got to the ropes and broke it. And I thought the ending was basically the perfect way for Bulldog to win. I mean, yeah, Bret Hart tried to go for a sunset flip on the Bulldog, but the Bulldog was able to hold Bret's legs and get the pin, and the Bulldog won. And yeah, and the crowd went nuts when the British Bulldog won. Yeah. And then afterwards, Bret and the Bulldog embraced each other, and then Diana came in to celebrate. Yeah, and they all just embraced and hugged each other. So yeah, really, really great match right there. I give it like 4 3/4. Overall show, I give it about a 7.75 out of 10. Yeah, I think it was mostly due to the main event on why I got that high. Yeah, I mean, yeah, yeah, Savage and Warrior was good, as I said, but yeah, because of the count out, it did kind of like ruin the match a little bit. Yeah, so it probably would have been and lower if Bret and Bulldog wasn't as good as it was. But yeah, thankfully it was a classic match, and yeah, it did make. I'd say it did make the show as good as it was. Yeah. Alright, so yeah, that's my SummerSlam 1992 review, which comes in at number 7 on my top 10 SummerSlam list. So, yeah, thanks for watching this, and yeah, and there will be more of these top 10 SummerSlam reviews coming. So yeah, stay tuned for them. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.